Hi, I'm Jim Hessler from Path Forward Leadership, and in almost 20 years of teaching our leadership workshops, I've decided to share with you some of the most common questions that come up from members of our cohorts in our leadership programs. And so here we go with the first one, which is one of the most common ones we hear, which is, what's the difference between management and leadership? Now, the way I like to represent that, us management OD people, we like to use pyramids, we like to use Venn diagrams. So I'm going to use a Venn diagram, if you don't mind. Let's just say that's management, okay? And let's just say we have another circle that's leadership. And what I'd like to suggest is there's quite an overlap between the two things. And so I don't like to think of management and leadership as very separate things. Some people think you're either a manager or you're a leader. I would argue a good manager has some important elements of leadership in their work, and even the most kind of creative leader has to have some good management disciplines in order for them to be effective as well. The overlap between these two circles may be even greater than I'm representing it here. So I thought about a race car analogy. So you have a racing team and you're trying to win the Indianapolis 500. The management might be more oriented towards the car itself, the engine, how it's running. Is it running efficiently? Are we getting the gas mileage we need to get? Are the tires wearing out? What kind of data are we getting from the engine that indicates whether it's running hot or cool or whatever? The day of the race is the management. It's working within a system that's largely been predetermined, and it's managing those things that are already decided to do. They're already part of the plan. Leadership is maybe the leader of that crew that put that race car on the track is maybe thinking about the race, but they're also thinking about the next race. They're thinking about a brand new design for the race car. They're thinking about a brand new car altogether. And they're thinking out into the future much more. Now, the problem with people that are more purely managers is they sometimes have difficulty thinking out into the future, to be strategic, to be visionary. And the problem with leaders is sometimes they don't do a good job of putting into action the things that they're ideating on. And so we need a partnership. These two things need to be in partnership, either within the same person or within the same team of people. Now, I've had a tendency to be a pretty strong ideator over the years. I'm a guy that likes to come up with a lot of new ideas. I've had to discipline myself in many ways to learn to put into action some of those things that I've thought about, but I've also needed to surround myself with great managers who can put those ideas into action. So it's a partnership. It's an essential partnership. One's not better than the other. They both need each other. The leader needs the manager that needs the leader. But even a leader has to be a good manager in many respects, and even a good manager has to be a good leader in many respects as well. So don't think of them as separate. They're really part of the same continuum, even part of the same person to a certain degree. We'd love to hear what you think, what kind of questions you would like to add to this list of questions we have that have been asked of us over the years. Pop in an email, look below and see how to connect with us. Ask your question and I'll try to answer it in as short a time as I can. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks very much.